Okay, everybody, hello. It is Cinephile Mike, your friendly neighborhood cinephile, here with day 13 of Award Season Review Season 2, and it is the end of Indie Week. Now, do not worry, if I haven't hit your favorite indie of the season, there is a good chance it is still going to come. But I will be moving around to different categories and trying to give some different themes. But we're going to wrap up at least Indie Week Part 1, because I'm sure there will be another. A lot of great indie feels in contention this year. But here it is. Movie Sweet Tale of Love and Meet Cutes, Fallen Leaves. Now, Fallen Leaves, written and directed by Avi Kaurismaki, I hope I pronounced that name right, as per Box Office Mojo and this recording, sits with a worldwide gross of $2,648,073, with only $357,400 coming from local domestic box office. Everything else is international. Though there was another article I read, this information may be a little off, but I'm sticking with the Box Office Mojo. So, awards wise, while not as big a showing as some of the other films I've talked about this week, this film it didn't win, but it was the Best International Independent Film nominee for the British Independent Film Awards, and it is currently nominated for 2 Golden Globes. One is for Best Picture, Best Motion Picture, non-English language, and also it did get one of the 6 Best Actress nominations in a musical or comedy for Alma Poisty. Now, in recent years, sometimes those Golden Globe nominees from international films have snuck into the Oscar category, so we will wait and see how this plays out. Now, right off the bat, Fallen Leaves opens by quickly introducing our 2 star-crossed lovers, Ansa, played by the aforementioned Poisty, and Olapa, played by Jussi Vatanen. Now, we quickly see that these 2 are dealing with the struggles of surviving in present-day lower-class Helsinki. Neither one of them able to really easily maintain a job. Anza, in the first job we see her in, she loses this at a supermarket for taking expired food and giving away expired food to the poor people. She loses her job as a result of this. And Holapa, as we see, does have a drinking problem that keeps him from maintaining a job. Now, in a weird twist of fate, they have their first of several meet cutes at a karaoke bar when Holapa's friend Hutari unsuccessfully flirts with Ansa's friend Lisa. And it is a few days before another fortuitous run-in occurs between Ansa and Holapa when they meet at the bar where Holapa wants to have a drink, even though it is in the morning, and Ansa is working as a dishwasher. However, as they both arrive at the bar, the owner is carted off to jail, and Ansa and Holapa decide to have a spontaneous date for coffee and then go to the movies. Quite an interesting metaphor where they see Jim Jarmusch's The Dead Don't Die, which could be equated to an interesting metaphor to their day-to-day existence that they're going through. And they make plans to get together again. She writes her name on a piece of paper. She gives it to him. They don't exchange names, and the number gets lost. Why didn't we put those numbers in the cell phone? That's why we have the cell phones. And they both have cell phones. I'm going to preface that. Anyway, this is where the film takes us on their journey, and we see, if these 2 will find their way back to one another. Without spoiling too much, there are some very interesting experiences that both Ansa and Holapa will go on, throughout the course of this film. Now, I do have to say, the film, which really moves at a very quick and engaging pace of 81 minutes, will easily paint 2 portraits of characters whose dried humored personalities are more than suited for one another. And that is one thing the script does really well and surprises me that it isn't getting more recognition. I mean, this film is a comedy, but the comedy is very smoothly inserted into the film without hitting you over the head. And not just with our 2 leads, but even the other supporting characters in their dialogue or the moments that we have. Like, I found moments where I was laughing out loud when I wasn't expecting to. Like, there's a scene when Holapa sits in front of this very large no smoking sign and lights up a cigarette. Or during the initial flirt with Ansa and Holapa's friends. After Hutari performs karaoke at the bar, Lisa kind of leans over and says to him that, in a flirty way, that his voice is very well preserved for such an elderly man. Or when Ansa, asks her dog to answer the phone when she doesn't want to, even though she knows who it is. It's just these moments just endear these two lovers to the audience. And, there are some moments, again, that we wonder, will they get back to one another? Will they not? There are some circumstances that pop up that are, kind of jaw dropping and eye opening. I almost wish that this film were a little bit longer. I mean, I would have happily spent a little more time with these two. Although then again, maybe the brevity is a nice piece to take, I have to say. You know, Now the award season recognition the film is getting doesn't surprise me. And I won't be surprised if it stays in the conversation when the Oscar nominations start to come out and get announced. Later this week, we will see if Fallen Leaves has a chance at least at the International Feature Film when the Academy drops the shortlists for the 96 awards on Thursday, December 21st. We get the shortlist for animated feature, documentary feature, international feature, all the short films, amongst others. And additionally, I would be remiss. I have to say, I want to talk about the performance briefly. While Poisty is the one with the Globe nomination and her work was okay, I hope entering the conversation, and I feel, fortunate that it hasn't been, is Vatanen's Holapa. His character, this, drunken everyman, he presents such a character that is so sincere and so humorous that is very engaging to watch. In many ways, he kind of reminds me of a Ryan Gosling type, with the dry sense of humor. He's definitely an engaging performer to watch. Now, Fallen Leaves for me is a 4 out of 5 stars. It is a quick and enjoyable romantic film, much in the vein of films kind of like the Before trilogy by Richard Linklater. Now, if you haven't caught Fallen Leaves yet, it is still playing in some select theaters, but there's no streaming information at this time. It's not available on VOD yet. Given that it's produced by Mubi, there's a good chance, like Passages, that it will be streaming exclusively on Mubi or available for VOD shortly once those dates are revealed. All right. So that is the end. That is Indie Week. Tomorrow I am diving into the documentaries. We're going to have a short documentary week, which will go on a roller coaster of topics from an artist's journey to using film for therapy. And we will culminate on Christmas Day with a rock and roll icon. Please make sure that you follow me on all forms of social media. Help me up those subscriber and follower numbers. We're getting there. Let's see if we can hit that goal of 100 by the halfway point of the season. We're getting there. It's going to be a really exciting journey to take. So spread the word to your friends. Keep checking back for the 12 days of Christmas movie reviews in 25 words. And until then, this is Cinephile Mike saying, take a break and watch something new. Have a good day.